How would you feel if we're talking laughing and then I slap your sister's ass? What would your immediate reaction? You know what I'm saying? Hello, everybody! Welcome back to 1 hour before bed podcast. All right, it's a good time to rest, relax, and enjoy a couple good stories before going to bed. Let's find out the first story.
All right, am I the asshole for giving away my son's pet dog due to his irresponsible behavior?
Probably yes. You are,
Yeah.
based on the title, you probably are the asshole because, well, I have to judge it based on the age. If he's 18, then you're not the asshole. If the kid is 10, 11, 8, or 7 years old, you are the asshole, especially if you are the parent or the grown-up in the family.
True.
You are the asshole.
All right, let's see. Here's a story. Around August last year, my son, 11 years old,
You are the asshole.
started begging us to get him a pet dog for him as his Christmas gift. He promised us he will take good care of the dog. Shower him well, feed him well, take him to strolls. He promised us he will be a responsible owner. Right at the beginning, my husband and I didn't agree to it because we know him well. He's not capable of fulfilling such responsibilities.
Then why did you give it to him? If it was a Christmas gift and it was your decision to get it, in the end, it was your final decision, and you already knew how this kid was, why it is your
Yes.
responsibility at that point on. And not only that, it's your responsibility to teach the kid, even if he's 11, even if you already told him once, 2, 3 times, it's an ongoing parenting situation. You should have known this. All right, so let's continue.
Okay. We told him he needs to earn that trust from us, and empty promises just doesn't work. Ever since his request for a dog got rejected, his behavior had changed for the better. Okay, so it doesn't seem like they got the dog right away, okay? They were waiting to see if his behavior would change, if he was responsible to take care of his own responsibilities.
All right.
But I don't know. He started doing household chores on his own accord without reaping any benefits. I'll admit, I thought he had changed for the better for the sake of proving himself he's completely capable of being a responsible owner. A few months later, Christmas came, and after some discussion, my husband and I agreed to get him a dog because we thought he had changed for the better. We have made it very clear we will not be doing anything for the dog, and he has to do everything himself. Initially, he was really doing everything well, and my husband and I merely supported financially by buying a kennel, dog food, dog toys, and vet fees, etc. But a month later, he started revealing his old self back. Yeah, it's not gonna last.
Well, of course it's not gonna last right away, especially as a kid.
I mean, and having a dog is a big responsibility.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, I think it was way too soon for you to assume that the kid was gonna continue on being this type of a person.
What do kids want to do at 11? Play video games, play sports, go outside.
Well, not only that, but I think you can't blame a kid. A kid is going to be a kid. A kid is going to be enjoying different things because they have no responsibilities. They can just enjoy life.
Yeah.
I think being a kid is one of the funnest things that you can give your child, especially if you're well off. You can actually educate them really well, teach them really good ethics, teaching how to actually be self-motivated. There's so many different things that you can teach a kid in that age, and also they can enjoy life so well. So I think giving him that so much pressure just because he didn't kept up with the chores about the dog, I think that was a situation that you should actually step in and actually become more, okay, you didn't do it that last week, I'm going to help you this week, but next week you're going to have to redo it again. Because they get tired. Kids don't just stay in one topic, they just change it all the time. They like ponies today, and tomorrow they're going to like dogs. The next day they're going to like horses. So I think you have to be a little more considerate. Of course, you have to be tough, because your decision is the final. And when you're teaching them something, you have to be repetitive and also tough. But I think, yeah, it's a little hard situation to be in.
He became lazy and would skip bath time or stroll time a day or two, then a week. But I mean, you're not even supposed to bathe them every day, right?
No, I think it's like once a month or something like that, right?
It depends on the breed.
Yeah, it depends on the
So
breed.
I don't know. I guess some people maybe want to do that, but
We'll see.
this resulted in us doing it for him on those days. We had a talk with him and warned him we will be giving the dog away if this continues. I am assuming he's thinking I'm just passing an empty threat because each time he promises he will change for the better, he never actually did. The breaking point was last night when my husband and I were busy with our work and we merely asked him to walk the dog. He howled at us and told us he's tired of the dog and he's sick of it. Ooh.
Well, yeah, of course. As a parent, you should have thought about this before even getting a dog. And once you already made the decision that you and your husband that you're gonna get the dog, you should have realized at that specific moment. I think I'm judging you a little hard. You should have realized at that moment that 50%, even 60 to 70% of everything a dog needs is gonna be on your shoulders because the kid is gonna love him a little bit, then it's gonna go away, and then it's gonna love him again.
It's just like a toy, you know. When we have a 7-year-old daughter, and she wants this toy, and she wants the toy,
And she cries about
what
it.
does she do? She plays with the toy for 3 hours, let's say.
Yeah.
And that's it. The toy goes back in the box
In
of
the pile,
toys,
yeah,
in
exactly.
the pile. It's just
Yeah.
that's how kids are.
Yeah.
They're attracted to one thing, they want it at that moment, but
Yeah.
it's not gonna last.
And
that desire to have that thing, it's not gonna
yeah,
last.
it's for like a second, and then but eventually they will play with that toy again. So the toy will get reused again and again, but they're not
Right.
gonna play with it like every day, every hour, just because just like, oh, I got it for you. It will cost me $30. You gotta play every day, every hour. It's like, no, kids are not gonna do that.
Let's see. So enraged, I told him that will be the last time he will be seeing his dog, and did the work for him. This morning, while he was out with his dad to get groceries, I took the opportunity to call my cousin to our home and gave the dog to her, who was always showing interest in our dog. I've been planning to give the dog to her ever since my son started showing signs of shirking his responsibility. And yesterday was the last straw. If you're wondering, yes, I intentionally gave it away while my son isn't around so he wouldn't have a chance to manipulate my husband and myself. When he came back home, he saw his dog missing, and I told him I've already given the dog away as warned. I also reminded him I've given him a lot of chances and it was his fault for not cherishing it. My husband is angry at me because regardless of the matter, it's an undeniable fact that the dog has bonded with our family. I'm beginning to question if I am the asshole.
Well, I think just being a parent itself is a hard situation to be in, because most of the most of the decisions are gonna be tough to deal with, and you're gonna have to deal with the consequences of the decision, and you're gonna have to carry that decision with you no matter what. So being a parent, you're always gonna be like either 50-50 is gonna be correct and 50-50 is gonna be a wrong decision, and then you're gonna have to deal with the consequences. Because you decided to go and buy it and you decided to do all these things, but it was a 50-50 that your kid is gonna carry the dog until he's 20 years old and do all the chores.
Right, and that is why some people here are saying that. I'm also confused as to what she was planning on doing when the dog is 7, 8, and her kids go off to college or trade school.
But also I'm also looking at the parents and at the parents side of you, where it's like we already have chores, we already got so many things. Now on top of it, there is a dog, but that decision should have been thought before you actually decided on getting a dog. Because if you would have realized, like, you know what, we got the dog. He said he's gonna help, but I also know my child. He's gonna help maybe 20% of the time. The other time, that's my chore. That's my thing of I'm gonna have to go walk him because he can or she can because they're playing with the cousin or they're in the pool or whatever it might be the case. So I think you're a little bit of an asshole because you should have thought about it. You should have known a little bit more.
I mean, it was, her final decision, and they decided to get the dog. And that
Yeah, all
you
right. So
know?
we're going on circles. Let's find out another comment. Let's see what another person say, and then we're gonna move on to another story.
Well, this one says, my family adopted a dog when I was 14, and one of the things they specified was that the dog was going to be the whole family's dog. And this, the whole family's responsibility, and that there would still be a caretaker if when I went to college in 4 years. At the time, I thought it was a over the top, and I knew I was going to go to a local college and live at home, so why did it matter? Well, predictably, a lot changed in those 4 years, and I ended up going to college 4 hours away, definitely not living at home. Also, predictably, even at 14, I wasn't always able to be the primary caregiver for the dog, but the dog was my family's dog. So, of course, she didn't just starve or get dumped, which is why the shelter made sure to ask.
Yeah, so yeah, we're going back to circle. It's just having a pet is just such a huge, especially something like a dog. A dog is very, it's almost like a child. It's almost like a baby. Everything needs to be done for him. You know, taking out the walks. Again, we're going in circles
Not
because
even is a lot of work. We have a parrot. I mean, that's like constant putting food, putting water, cleaning the cage.
yeah, but
I mean,
well,
sometimes I want to sell the parrot.
yeah, so yeah, yeah, that's a great point. But what I'm saying is that some pets require more. A dog requires way more attention, like a baby. A bird, you can actually give him a little food, little water, stay in the cage, and then that's it. You can leave him there
But
for.
that wouldn't be
Yeah, it would.
human to keep a bird in a cage all day long.
So then we don't have a bird. So your argument is invalid because if you're feeling that way, then why have a bird in the first place? What I'm saying is like a dog is more on hand demand. Is more that you really need to take him out to make sure he goes out to pee. He has to go outside and
Yeah.
poop. He has to go eat. He has to drink water. He has to play. He has to run. So you see, it's a lot more hands-on demand. That's what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
what really turns me off about a dog, having a dog, is to take him out to do his business.
Well, no, I think.
I mean, 3 times a day.
Well, not a lot. I've seen a lot of people raise their dogs. They're outside, so they have their own house. They have their own little thing outside in their home, and then that's how the dog lives outside. So I've seen a lot of dogs that actually live outside, and they actually live a lot better because they cannot come inside the house. They just go outside and play. So it's a really fun
I
thing.
would be okay with that. I would like that a lot more. But Illinois, because it's so cold, we get such cold winters here. So
You might. I think if you can have AC and air conditioner on.
I
think-
don't know how insulated those houses are.
Well, you
dog
can make
houses.
you can make an insulated house easily. You can just buy a Home Depot and stuff like that. Well, let's find out if we find another story, and then we'll come back. All right, bye. All right, and we are back with another story. Let's find out how juicy it is.
Am I the asshole for causing a scene when my sister's fiance touched me inappropriately?
No, you're not the asshole. We are done.
Yes.
All right, this is gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good.
Some backstory. I have been staying with my sister for a few days for a visit. And as most people do in the summer, we had a fire and some beverages of choice. Me, 24, my partner, 27, my sister, 27, and her fiance, not sure of age. Sister and fiance seem to have relationships of sexual nature with everyone they come in contact with. Also, it's like an open relationship. Some people do that.
So maybe I was thinking that he did it on. Oh, well, it is unwanted on her side.
Right.
But I
so-
also was thinking that he was cheating on his fiance.
But I don't know. I mean, even if you have an open relationship with your fiance, with your sister, that's
No, what I was thinking that this was gonna be juicy, where he's not only cheating on the girl, he's also inappropriate, like pretty much just like unlawfully touching this female.
But it's his sister-in-law.
No, yeah, I understand. I was just saying that I thought that was gonna be as crazy with that, but this one is a little less crazy because probably the fiance is okay with going out with other girls, but also it's crazy because it's the sister. All right, let's find out what's going on.
You know, the kind of people who flirt with everyone and are constantly using sexual innuendos. I usually just laugh it off. It wasn't until yesterday, as the night was ending, that fiance smacked my butt and as I bent over, in front of sister and partner. Nobody said anything. This really bothered me. And I let it stew for a lot longer than I care to admit.
Nah, I think if you really it really bother you, especially for female, I think that's a great topic. If you have a daughter or you
Yeah.
have a sister or somebody, as soon as you feel uncomfortable with it, no matter what the situation, and don't bother and don't think about other people. Just think of yourself and just stand up for yourself. And right away, hey, I didn't like that. Please don't do that again. Or just automatically, don't do that. Don't touch me like that.
Say, whatever you guys have. Relationship works, I don't care, but don't involve me in it.
Yeah, like that.
You know?
That was over the line on my part. So don't do that. Yeah, for sure.
When I got some alone time with my partner, I brought up how uncomfortable I felt the night before, not as calmly as I should have. How I feel that fiance was being super disrespectful and that I was upset that he didn't say anything towards that inappropriate gesture.
I think it's also you also have to give it up to the girls because they're in a situation where they feel like they're in a family group, and then there's already social gathering, and then now the pressure of being socially friendly with everybody, and now this guy breaks the rule. He steps over the line. They maybe he knows or maybe he doesn't know, or maybe he thinks it's fine. He slaps you, and now he puts you in the situation that you have to decide either to break this friendly relationship or to
Right.
actually continue with it. Yeah.
I get that I should have stood up for myself, but I just froze in the moment, and I guess he did too. So today, partner pulled aside fiance, despite me asking him not to, and talked to him about boundaries. They came back in the room and both looked bothered. So is fiance the
Well,
girl?
Yeah.
Like her sister?
No, I think
Or
he pulled over
or-
he pulled over the guy. He took over the
Oh,
guy.
so
And,
he pulled over.
yeah, he
Right.
told him, hey, you to step over the line. Which either way, no matter if you tell your husband or your boyfriend or whatever, he's gonna make the decision to go and confront it because he's gonna feel in this situation that is like she felt like she couldn't, so I have to give her the power of like I have to go help her out. So it's unless
But
it's just a
why would her fiance feel bothered to do that?
to do what?
Well, he went up to the guy, right?
Yeah.
And talked to him about boundaries.
Yeah,
And
well,
then she's saying they both came back
yeah, because
and they were bothered.
yeah, because you're if a guy goes up to another guy and is like, "Hey, you step over the line," she doesn't feel okay with it. Of course, both of them, especially me, if I go up to another guy, I'm in a situation where I'm angry about it because it's not okay in my eyes, and you reconfirm it that you say no, it wasn't okay in my eyes either. So now it multiplies my anger or my situation or mood of state. Now I have to go confront the guy in a friendly manner because it's a family gathering, and I have to be like, "Hey, you fucked up. You know, you step over the line." So I'm holding back. So when I come back to you, I'm still holding back. So there's still anger here because whatever the response he already gave me, he might even feel the fire more of a response that I have to be more aggressive now.
Well, it says fiance didn't talk to me for the rest of the night.
Oh, there must be something going on.
And the air felt super awkward if we were around each other.
Yeah. Well, of course.
Am I the asshole? I feel like I blew the situation out of proportion.
No, because you're already telling them I'm okay with joking around with you guys, and it was a good time. But you stepping over and touching me physically, especially when you're bent over, and then it's like kind of like bend over. It's almost like a personal thing with your boyfriend. If you're bent over and somebody comes over and slaps you, it's not a friendly thing, especially if you have no rapport with that person in that specific form. I think it's a pretty much overstepping over the line.
People keep asking about the scene I caused. For more context, I hardly ever see my family because I live across the country from them. Because of this, on the rare occasion that I see them, we all try our hardest to just enjoy each moment. I've always withdrawn to collect my feelings when something bothers me, and if that happens when I'm visiting, I get called out for causing a scene or ruining the vibe of the room. I honestly felt I stepped out of line and would be disrespecting fiance in his own home.
No, I think again, we go back to like he put that decision on her because he decided, even if they were, let's say if they're friendly, right? And it's like we're having a good time, everybody's laughing about jokes and things like that. He made the decision that it was okay for him to slap this girl's ass, right? But then her reply mentally was like, no, that's not okay. That's my stop sign way before even you deciding to stop me. That you should have stopped there. So now she's telling him, hey, it wasn't okay. Well, the boyfriend or the husband, I think it was the husband, told him, hey, it wasn't okay with her. So I think also another thing that it needs the story is what the wife thought about it.
Right.
What the sister thought about it. Was she okay with it, or was she saying to the fiance was like, why is she getting crazy about it? It was just a slap in the ass. What was her opinion about it?
Also, for those of you saying I was mad at partner, I wasn't. I wanted to talk it over myself with fiance when I got a chance. In fact, I thanked partner for intervening. I didn't want to potentially ruin partner and fiance's relationship. They're pretty friendly with each other. Edit 2. This morning after reading comments, I realized I was the asshole for not being sensitive towards how partner felt in the moment. We had a long talk and we both apologized to each other. That's the point. I don't think she's the asshole.
Well, that's the point that I don't get why there was any type of conflict between the partners, both her and her partner. Why there was a conflict? Was she upset because he took it a step to go into and talking to the fiance, or what was the situation that they caused the upset about? Why were they upset about? I don't understand that. Why were they upset?
Yeah, that's what I was asking you. But you're saying that he probably felt uncomfortable going to the other guy.
Well, yeah, I understand that part, but I don't understand why. Well, there's not many explanation there. Why was she upset after? Or I don't think she was upset. I don't think she said she wasn't upset too. I think there was a miscommunication. Yeah, that's what it was. I think there was a miscommunication when he came back from talking from the fiance, and then there was a miscommunication between both of them where they didn't understand what to do next, because he already felt uncomfortable because he already went and talked with the fiance. He came back already upset, and then now heard not actually talking about that situation.
But I mean, it is weird that they don't mention the wife at all.
Yeah, it's weird that they don't mention.
The other fiance.
The fiance went and talked to the wife and told him, "Hey, your sister said it. She felt uncomfortable."
Right.
Even if it was the husband, I'm trying to put my situation. If I'm the fiance, and I go, let's say you have a sister, and I slap your sister ass.
I mean, I think I would actually go to my sister and be
like, yeah,
dude, what's up with?
No, like I'm trying to think the way of point of, okay, so we're laughing, we're having a good time, and for some other reason I decide to slap your sister ass. Boom. I have to have some sort of report with my wife that she will be actually okay for me to go and slap not only another girl's ass, but your sister's ass. You know what I'm saying?
So maybe she was okay with it. Maybe.
I don't know. I find that situation weird.
Or I mean, it wasn't appropriate because I guess it depends on the friendship that the fiance has with this girl.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right? If they're not that close for him to do that, then he shouldn't have crossed that line.
Well, even if I would have crossed the line and slapped the girl's as your sister's ass, and then her boyfriend or her husband come back to me and was like, "Oh, she wasn't okay with that," I would immediately apologize to the wife and apologize to the sister. I'm like, "Oh, I think I went over the line. I'm sorry. I got carried away, and I thought we were okay with it, and then I slapped you." I think that would have been my reaction to it. If I find it weird, the reaction of all of them, the reaction of the fiance, the boyfriend, the husband, whatever the partner is, and the sister. Well, the sister, I understand. I find them, both of the guys, I don't understand their reaction. And also the wife. What's going on with the wife? I just don't know. I don't know. How will you feel if we're talking, laughing, and then I slap your sister's ass? What would your immediate reaction? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
would you say something? Imagine that. Would you say something that if you were laughing, and then I go, boom? It looks like you would laugh about it. So I guess
no, I don't. That's super weird.
exactly. You see, so now you're in this situation. That's why you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it in that situation that where everybody's laughing and your sister's right there. She bends over,
I mean,
and then I go like that.
It is just a slap, but it's weird. It's like not appropriate.
Exactly. So inappropriate. So why is it inappropriate? Why does it feel weird to you?
Because, well, one, she's my sister.
Okay, but why? What is that feeling about? What is that feeling giving you?
But it just depends. You see, like, if it's an open relationship and that's how they joke around, for the wife, might be okay, right?
No, I'm asking you. Okay. Let's say we're like
Well, no, because that's crossing the line. It's my pride. I don't want anybody touching me. You know.
No, I'm asking you.
Right.
No, I'm asking you. You're my wife. And then I go and your sister's there, everybody's there laughing, talking, the boyfriend is over there. And then she bends over and then boom. What do you say?
I think I would be shocked. I'll be like, what did you just do? Like, what are you doing?
Why?
Yeah,
What made you think that? What makes you think saying
well,
like?
one, there's all these people around. Two, it's just something you don't go doing. You just don't do that.
Why? Why don't you do
Because
that?
it's disrespectful, not only to me, but to my sister.
There you go. So yeah, so it's point. I was trying to get to that point that it's like why certain things feel weird, and then basically just disrespectful to go and touch somebody else, especially in that matter.
Yeah.
Especially I think the form it is, I don't know, it's just weird.
Well, let's see what some of these comments say. Not the asshole. He made you uncomfortable. You have nothing to feel bad for. And then he said, then he gets annoyed that he gets called out. I find not apologizing worse than the smack because it shows there is no remorse.
Yeah, there is no remorse. You just feel, to me, it just feel like everybody was okay with it. The only one that wasn't okay with it was the girl.
I mean, if you don't want to get called out for slapping a woman on the ass, the best thing to do is not slap a woman on the ass. I don't see what is so difficult about this. Is anyone else thinking about that scene in Modern Family where Phil grabs Haley's roommate's butt because he thought it was his wife, Claire?
That show is crazy, so I don't know.
I don't know. I've never seen that show. Yeah, that's so gross. Fiance didn't like being made uncomfortable himself. Poor baby. Yeah, I mean, they're all saying that she's not the asshole, and I agree 100%. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Please leave in the comments what you think about these stories. Give us some of your stories, and maybe in the next podcast, we will discuss them. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a like, and share it. Bye, everybody. See you next time.
Also, don't forget, we're in Spotify, and we're also on YouTube, and we're on Google Podcasts. We're in a different platform, so you can find us everywhere with 1 hour before bed podcast, and that's how you can find us. So don't forget to give us a comment, and then give me something juicy, all right? You guys know that I love juicy stories, so give me a juicy story, all right? Bye.
Bye.